the ancient Orient had their magic squares. This is a 6x6 square, and if you can see at the top, you'll see an arrow going north, arrow going east. This is an Arabian magic square, and it's a 3x3 square, and you'll see at the northeast, the arrows on the outside pointing northeast, showing the secret pattern, or the step in making these magic squares. This is the Venus square. This is the Sun square. This is the Jupiter square. This is the Mars square. 5x5 identical square. This is the Jupiter square. Saturn square. There's the Moon square. And this is the 7x7 Mercury square. I'll have to go back to the 8x8. This is Mercury square. There's an article about magic squares, talking about the different magic squares and showing the magic squares of Saturn and Jupiter. In a number square, each number from 1 to the highest number used must appear once and only once. The vertical and horizontal rows of numbers and the two long diagonals across the square must each add to the same total, which would be 15 in the Saturn square and 34 in the Jupiter square. It is the fact that the squares meet these complicated requirements that gives them their magical forward. Thing to realize here is the square of the Sun has 6 rows of 6 figures, each row adding to 111, and the total of all the numbers used in the square is 666, the celebrated number of the beast. This is a picture of a Babylonian king, the one you see in the plate earlier. He's sitting on his throne, and his throne is a 3x3 magic square. This is trying to show that the Babylonians knew about the magic squares, and not only was it his seat, his power and authority, these magic squares, but it was also his Shem, S-H-E-M, which was his transportation through the universe and through the times and through the realms. This is a 5x5 magic square. It's called a Mars square, and I'll show you just how simple it is to create one of these. You'll find a lot of books that says that only the most skilled magicians are able to come up with these magic squares that you can place numbers to where 1 through 25 in this case, and all the rows horizontally and vertical will add up to the same number. In this instance it would be 65. But the point here is that they're saying that it takes a real mathematician in order to come up with making these magic squares, but it's a real simple process. Once you understand, it's a simple formula, a little sacred secret of Freemasonry, of going northeast. Okay, we'll begin here with a Mars square, and this is what we're going to be talking about most of the time when we're talking about Indianapolis. And this is the 5x5 square, and to show you how magic squares are actually built, you have a one-dimensional piece of paper here. It's flat, and you'll see that there's 25 numbers. Okay, using this formula that we talked about earlier about going northeast, making these steps, that's how you arrange the numbers onto the square in order to make the magic square work. Say for instance you put the 1 up here at the top. Okay, in order to go north and east, the numbers should go here, but in order for that to happen, you got to visualize this piece of paper being folded into a tube, and I'll try to explain that with this piece of transparency film here. Say the number 1 is right here, and you have to go northeast to put the number right here. So you would visualize in your mind this folding up like a tube, okay, to where the number would be like this. Okay, you see where the 1 is? You would go northeast, and there where you put the 2. Then you go northeast, and there where you put the 3. Then you go northeast, but you can't go that way. So you have to visualize this one-dimensional piece of paper being folded over to where you can continue the process. There's 4, you go 1 over, there's 5, you go 1 over, and there's a number there. So you can't go there, so you drop down 1, which would be 6, put the number there, you go northeast, you go 7, go northeast, there'd be 8, go northeast, but you can't do that, the 9 would go there, so you got to visualize once again this one-dimensional piece of paper being turned over like thusly in your mind. So there's the 8, and you go northeast, and there's the 9, you go northeast, the 10 would be over here, see how it is over here, so you envision in your mind that this would fold around that tube. What it is you're going from one-dimensional thought and three-dimensional thought. There's the 9 down here. You go north, east, that'd be 10. You go northeast, but there's a number there, so you can't go there, so you drop it below. There's 11. Northeast, there's 12. Northeast, 13. Northeast, there's 14. Northeast, there's 15. Northeast would be 16. There's a number there, so you'd have to drop it down. There's 16. So northeast would be 17. Northeast would be 18. See, it's down here. If you visualize it rolling up like this. 18. Northeast 19. Northeast 20. There's a number there, so you drop it down. 21. Northeast, there's 22. Come over here, it should be 23. There it is. Northeast 24. Northeast, which would be up here, 25. So see, there's one-dimensional, and that's how a magic square is made and how it works.